the Roberts and Mboya families have thanked South Africans for an outpouring of support that they received following the passing of Kuli Roberts. The life of the late media personality, actress and journalist will be celebrated by close friends and family at a special memorial service later today. She'll be laid to rest at a private funeral service tomorrow, we are told. Both the memorial and funeral services will be live streamed. And so for more details around today's arrangements, let's bring in media personality and friend Penny Lebyane, who's live to us via our telephone line this morning. Penny, thanks so much for making time. It's lovely to be chatting to you, albeit on this devastating story. And, you know, it's been a week to the day, I think, since Kuli Roberts passed on. That doesn't necessarily mean that today's funeral proceedings or memorial service will be any easier.
Most definitely. Ayanda, thank you so much for having me on the show, and good morning to our viewers. It is devastating, so shocking and processing while trying to come to terms with the timely passing of Kuli Roberts. So as you correctly said, this morning the family and friends, the media industry at large, I mean PR people, I mean eventing people, journalists, coming through, and some old school friends and other industry friends will be gathering to remember this pioneer, you know, this multi-hyphenate, content creator and an amazing woman and mother. Yeah,
I mean, you know, we're playing kind of, if you like, visuals from Kuli as she was doing her thing on screen. She's been described as a larger-than-life individual. Incredibly difficult to imagine her still, let alone without any life in her. But I imagine part of what today is about is to celebrate this energy that we're so privileged to have had in our midst.
Most definitely. I think, her generation, I mean, she's 49. I grew up sort of like just under her. I met her in her early days of drama. She was always full of fire, but she carried that fire from her days in high school, in Cape Town, coming to work in Johannesburg, and really charting into territories and spreading her wings as a communicator, because her training is in political science, and then obviously that led to journalism, but just really bringing that energy and the sense of blackness and excellence in her own way. But her fire is what everyone definitely will love and remember, because she brought it everywhere she went. She made you hear her. She made you see her, her writing and her tongue-in-cheek in terms of like her writing and her social commentary on the popular culture scene, and her fashion sense, from red carpet to promoting and supporting young designers in the early days. I know that well from when Fashion Week was still not Fashion Week, South African Music Awards. The Doctors, any event you can think of, including things like the Sports Awards. Kuli has been there telling the story, supporting, celebrating, encouraging, and everything else. That's really what pop culture is all about.
Yeah, without a doubt. And of course, many South Africans who absolutely loved her will be trying to find closure in the days ahead. And for some, a big part of that comes with putting together pieces of the puzzle and trying to ascertain how we got here. And you'll tell me if you're able to if you're not able to answer this question. But do we know what happened? Do we know what happened last week Wednesday?
I really can't say because I was not there. What I come to understand is that she was a guest on a production set, and something happened. Something terrible happened. She collapsed, and that was that. And I think for me, it's also just testament to her commitment to her work. On the day, because, I know what that feels like when they say there's a production, you need commentary, can you be part of this? Kuli's those type of people who jump on and be there. I'm like that because one, she was passionate about telling a true narrative. She was passionate about being, sort of like accurate about things to do with entertainment and popular culture. It's a new production that's going to speak to the space. It's called Heavy Hitters. From what I've understood, it's going to be an SABC1. And then even though I haven't seen any communication coming from the production company, but I am aware that that's what she was doing. And she was really, really excited about doing new things as well this year. I remember I had a conversation with Sonia Mtawung, who was talking about stuff that they were trying to do as well. I spoke extensively with her about some of the challenges of being a mature woman in the industry and trying to find opportunities and reinventing yourself constantly. It's challenging, it's hard, but we do it. and that's that. And I just think that it shows her, it showed her commitment and her love for what she was doing. Obviously it happening, while she was on set. I mean, I think another person I think of who passed on doing what they love is Miriam Makeba.
Yeah, absolutely.
As well, absolutely. So it's that kind of stuff. But I think, I hope that young people are inspired by her commitment to her work, and then people take a page from her life and the energy of her commitment to telling stories of entertainment, especially for young people, but also especially as women, and caring about, charitable organizations. She loved helping the albinism community. She loved animals. She loved us being heard. For me, she was an activist and definitely in her own right. And then, she loved her dog so much. She was so sad about her passing of her dog, even a week or so ago. I love dogs, but I didn't come close, to that. I really didn't. Yeah.
I think most of us generally love and are expressive, but we don't come anywhere near the kind of expression that Kuli Roberts was able to give out. Thank you so much for your time this morning, Penny, and I imagine we'll hear a whole lot from you and many of our other friends and family once that memorial service gets underway later today. Penny Lebyane, media personality and a close friend to the late Kuli Roberts.